clearly trying to sort of explain a deck of cards with weird symbols on it.
In Dwarven.
Yes.
Kyron will look very confusing, and he
Cash.
clearly didn't expect something odd like this to happen, and will look back to Zacharias, like over his shoulder, because clearly this is not what he had planned.
Zacharias shrugs. He doesn't speak Dwarven.
Cash drinks a potion. Her eyes shine a little, and she walks over to Kyron and explains what it is he's saying.
Right.
Comprehend languages, I'm guessing.
You bet.
It's basically a very complicated game that makes references to a lot of melting, of stacking, of smithing, and then reconstructing and refirming different symbols who represent, you would assume, some sort of made-up metals. All the dwarves here seem to, a couple of them are currently playing it with each other, and it seems to basically go into mixing different cards to get a certain value out of them.
Okay, Kyron will nod and pretend he knows what the hell he is explaining.
Right, the dwarf just continues for some time. And he sort of walks out and says, bring us some more drinks. And she looks to Cash, clearly thinking she's a barmaid.
Zacharias will nod at Cash.
For her to bring them beer.
Basically, get over here. Well, he thinks you're a barmaid. We could give him our whiskey. It's quite potent, and that might be enough to push him over the edge.
Okay, fine. It's not the first time I've been a barmaid.
To understand, about 100 years ago.
Yes, I worked my way through college as a barmaid.
Where are these whiskey bottles?
In a room, in a box.
Okay.
In whose room? There's 3 rooms.
In whose room?
I don't know, we took one each, I guess.
Kyron's drinking it all. Night.
You walk
Cash will-
upstairs and find empty bottles everywhere.
Cash will go and get a bottle and go to the barkeep and ask for a glass. And
A
something
glass,
to-
give him the bottle.
Give
Okay,
him,
well, she's a barmaid.
If you go upstairs, you'll hear the loud, drunken shouting.
we want him to drink as much as he can, and basically just fall over.
Okay, well, she'll go and look at him and says, "Your drink, sir?"
He just grabs it out of her hand and
So card game is an
Laughs.
excellent opportunity to start a brawl, just by the way.
Yes, exactly. And who's better in a brawl
Man of claws.
than the man with claws?
Well, I'm
Yeah,
extremely good at cheating, so I was thinking of playing.
drinks.
I have certain spells I could use in a brawl that would not be detected.
Like?
Like the ear-piercing scream that only he can hear who are targeted at. Everyone else doesn't hear anything.
It's piercing his eyes.
Which would actually also stun him and hurt him a lot.
It's not really fair, but it's
Excuse me?
evil.
We aren't exactly the guys who would be, like, fair, ever.
No.
I did say we're evil, but my point is that's the paladin might not like it. It's not an honourable way to win.
Well, the thing is, if he's
Yeah.
dead,
What, paladin or
He sort of looks at Kyron, sort of nods as he begins to deal cards and drink from the bottle heavily.
Kyron will still pretend that he knows how this game is played, and, well, hopefully improvise.
He's humming a happy tune. He seems very, very cheerful mood at the moment.
Can Cash help Kyron cheat?
How does Cash
I-
want to cheat?
Don't think you need to.
Oh, I really
He has a
want to
plan.
cheat.
You know what?
Okay.
You could help the dwarf cheat. Now that would help.
that
this is
would be kind of delicious, yes.
Why?
Because then I wouldn't be lying when I'm going to say that he's cheating. And then I can punch him in the face well, I'm going to punch him either way, but yeah.
But he's gonna say that I helped him.
Well, he's drunk.
Yeah. And who is he, a proud dwarf, gonna say that a little barmaid helped him cheat?
I doubt he's gonna want help from a woman.
Well, he doesn't need to want help. You just help him anyways.
He just happened to have to cheat.
And by help, I mean you just do whatever it is you do. And steal his cards and replace them or something.
Yeah, you know, he is the most handsome dwarf here, right? And he has won a prestigious drinking contest and against 2 other guys. So of course the barmaids are going to be swooning all over him, right? That's at least as he is, you know, as he thinks.
I still don't recognize the validity of his victory.
Can be heard from under the table. Somewhere in the bar.
Casual play with her bosom.
Barnabas sort of looks at her. Oh, more to drink.
Casual
yes,
bring him another bottle of whiskey.
Well, he'll have one in each hand and seem very happy.
Wow, you're double fisting it.
She looks over at so, what brings you to town?
Well,
You'll have to play later. You can't play without hats.
Oh, I'm sure a dwarf like you can manage drinking and card playing at the same time.
He grins.
I'm quite confident that I can beat you at this game. You will just see. And he looks very concentrated at his cards. And
So what were you doing in the town?
oh, just things, you know. I travel a lot, and well, I've wanted to see the Watch Wall, and Valentine was suggested by me to by a friend. But let's play, shall we?
You should see the top of the main keep. He smiles. It is quite a sight.
Oh,
Yes, there's a catapult up there we have to go fix sometimes, but we should look out over the landscape. So,
catapult, you say?
yes, fragile thing. It requires quite a lot of maintenance.
Oh,
It's
and
hard
you
to
are the
get the
one
parts
doing
for
the
it,
maintenance,
so-
I suppose.
Well, we have done it, all of us, yes. One of the reasons we initially came here. The parts for these machines in the towers are old, you know. So it takes experts to fix them. If they were to break, we would need to take a long time to get other stuff here. So, smiles. It's not an easy job. I can tell you
Oh,
that.
I'm sure you are making sure that the catapults don't break. You seem like you know what you're doing.
Yes, of course. Yes, me and my men, we're doing that. At the moment, not, but it's just been fixed, so we're not spending much time on that. Mostly we're doing the wall support now, drawing sketches of the keep, guard structures, trying to see if we can optimize it somehow.
That sounds very interesting.
Oh, it is.
Kyron will play his cards, and well, he will play for a couple of minutes, mostly stalling for time if that is possible in this
You
game.
should pick with both hands.
Oh,
Seems to have forgotten about the card game.
Oh, well, Kyron will put his cards down. So about that card game.
Yes, after we're done drinking, shall we?
All right, well then, I'm sure you can speed things up, can't you? I really want to play this card game. It looks very interesting.
So smiles. Are you leaving town? As I said, we're going to stay here for quite a while.
Oh, I suppose. Well then, Kyron will turn to the barmaid, also known as Cash, and order a drink. Hint, hint. Not a drink. Water.
Guess just nods and brings you a glass of water. Or a mug of water, whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
Probably
Kyron
a
will
mouse
look at the
box.
dwarf and chuck his drink and say, well, drink up. We don't have all night. Dawn is
Wolf
near.
looks and Cash says, "More to drink," as he begins to try to bottle a bottle.
Casual
He's getting quite red-faced.
Are we gonna give him any more whiskey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Give him all of the whiskey. I don't care.
yes, we'll bring him another bottle of whiskey.
If we can kill him, that's whiskey well spent as far as I'm concerned.
But that's one method I get of shutting down the siege engines.
Yeah.
Is every dwarf in this establishment still watching all of this?
Yeah, they seem to generally be gathered around him.
Okay.
Well, Kyron will also order more drinks, also known as water,
And Cash will bring you mugs of water.
and just make happy small talk with the dwarf, not really saying anything at all.
Seems to be in a very talkative mood.
Yeah,
It might be easy to get stuff out of him.
might be. So, this catapult, it sounds like it would be important in the defense of this keep, wouldn't it?
Yes, of course.
Oh. Interesting.
What other
Say
defenses
well,
are there?
Are there any more siege engines or just one catapult?
We wouldn't be 10 right here to take care of one. We have the ballista, they have the rock droppers. Well, not much siege engines, but they do have the molten metal, boiling sand, or if you will.
Boiling sand. Oh, that sounds
Yeah.
very painful for any attacker.
Heat it up, and it melts, and you pour it on people.
Certainly sounds effective.
Very, very. That's
So
been
these-
used a long time.
So these walls you are trying to reinforce, how exactly do you do that? I mean,
The
walls are
Druid don't
just
do it
stone,
yet.
aren't they?
We don't do it yet, no, but we're thinking about expanding the keep.
Expanding, oi.
Yes, it needs to hold more people if Chalingar is ever to take on the north for a colonization.
Interesting. Well, help.
Send help. Well, we can always ask about. Let's see here. Well, some of the characters we know of. Like, does he know anything of Captain Barhold? Does he have anything more to say about? Like he said, like, is he repairing anything right now? Are there like any structural weaknesses to the keep, or is it just solid all around?
Well, he did say he just repaired the catapult, and since he's here drinking, don't seem to be any emergency repairs needed.
You
Or ma-
remember having seen the dwarves drink every night.
Okay, well,
It seems to be a religious thing for dwarves.
religious. The god of alcohol.
Yeah, Cade and Kylene in Pathfinder.
So, these ballista you said, they sound like they would be pretty complicated mechanisms, wouldn't they?
These are not very complicated to those who understand them.
But don't they break easily? I mean, they are just like giant bows, aren't they?
Well, they don't break easily, no. There's some parts of them, of course, if you were to actually remove something like those screws in the wheels, for example, then if used, they would just collapse.
Huh.
But beyond that, sort of from use, they're not going to break.
Well, I don't know anyone who would be wanting to sabotage ballistas. Like, who would do that?
Well, of course, if anyone wanted to attack, that would be a genius plan. He smiles. I don't think they're that smart.
Oh,
They have no
yeah.
way of figuring it out. She grins.
Evil people are always stupid, I know. They will never win against the forces of good if they have people like you making sure that everything works.
Yes, we get the same all the time.
Yes. Well, how drunk is he?
Quite. It's hard to tell how drunk a dwarf is when he's drunk. He's just drunk. He seems to be a little doughy-eyed at the moment as well.
Doughy-eyed. I'm not
Maybe
sure
sleepy.
I know what that means. Okay.
Sleep.
So how about we order more drinks?
I have to work tomorrow.
Ah, come on,
You
one
come here
more.
Sunday. We just drink all day then.
Oh, sounds like a grand idea.
Yes, it's important. Keep your cultural heritage in order.
Yes, heritage. Heritage certainly is important. Very well then. I will have to excuse myself. I need to talk to a friend of mine.
Yes, I know of your incapabilities.
Aaron will stand up and walk over to Zacharias because he has no idea what to do. He wanted to start a brawl over the card game, but that card game never happened. He is sad.
Well, Zacharias will extricate himself from the dwarves and, go to a more empty table. And they can be sort of seen a bit, not seen. And he will basically whisper that, yes, it was unfortunate we couldn't entice him into a brawl, but perhaps next time.
Well, he did give us some useful information.
Yes.
I mean, sabotaging the siege engines is not something I thought about, but it seems quite possible, assuming we get into the keep somehow.
Yeah, something about the screws. I couldn't hear all that well from where I was sitting.
Well, what time is it right now?
It's very late.
Okay. I would say it's time to go to bed. I mean, we still have a lot of work to do.
Yes, we do. Zacharias will get up and go to bed.
And so will Kyron.
And so will Cash.
All right. Upstairs with you. And you sleep. Good night's rest. But I'd like all of you to do a perception check.
I'm
Oh
drunk.
boy. You are drunk.
Exactly.
Another 2.
You get a 14 with a 2?
Yeah.
What?
All right,
Sneak checks
Kyron wakes up, and he's pretty sure he hears something move downstairs in the bar.
Kyron will get dressed, leave his axe near his bed, and sneakily walk down. Just trying to take a peek.
As he looks down, he sees a door sort of in back here that is sort of standing open, swinging a bit. He would remember that as the door down to the wine cellar.
The wine
Slowly
cellar.
went down there.
And that is unusual, I take it.
You have not have it happen before, at least.
Well,
Lovely.
Kyron will slowly walk to the door, making sure that he doesn't make too much noise, and try to see
You
who's
make a
down there.
stealth roll.
Sure. Wow. Well.
Right. Kai will see a man down there, moving stealthily, quietly down through the wine cellar. It appears to be the owner of the inn. Just be sort of sneaking a bit.
Okay.
He doesn't
Kyron will.
prefer Kyron.
What does he seem to be doing?
At the moment, he's just trying to be very quiet as he's moving down towards the wine cellar,
Okay.
looking around suspiciously.
Suspiciously, you